Tonight, the Spokane Public School Board will be directing 2 of its schools to develop a new mascot. A new Washington state law prohibits the use of Native American names, symbols, or images as public school mascots. So now, the district taking steps to begin the process of complying with this law. Plus, new details tonight in the ongoing controversy surrounding the firing of former Spokane Health Officer Dr. Bob Lutz. A report suggests Health District Administrator Amelia Clark might have broken state law in the process. Tonight, in the third installment of our robocalls, one robocaller responsible for millions of calls every day. Good evening to you. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Regina on. Mark is off. We do start with some breaking news here on the vaccine front. Effective immediately, everyone 12 and older in Washington and Idaho are eligible to get the coronavirus vaccine. Now, just a few moments ago, the Washington State Department of Health made that announcement. It came after the Western States Scientific Safety Review Work Group voted late tonight to recommend the vaccine for immediate use. The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare announced earlier today about their vaccine eligibility expansion. Now, those 12 to 15 can get the Pfizer vaccine. That comes again after an independent panel of advisors for the CDC that voted to recommend the Pfizer vaccine for children in that age group. So now you can sign up your kids to get the coronavirus vaccine as soon as tomorrow. But what should your kid expect as far as side effects from the vaccine? So the most common one is discomfort at the injection site. About 77% of kids reported feeling some type of fatigue, and less than half had chills, muscle pain, or fever. If you're looking to sign up your kid for a vaccine appointment, there are a number of appointments available at local pharmacies like CVS, Rite Aid, and Safeway, or you can sign up at Providence's vaccine clinic at Gonzaga. They're all offering the Pfizer vaccine. For a full list of where you can get a COVID-19 vaccine, just text the word vaccine to that number right there you see. We'll send a link right to your phone. Well, the Spokane Public School Board will be coming up with new mascot for 2 schools. This comes after students, alumni, and community members spoke up in favor of removing Native American symbols in a meeting last month. Morgan Trout live now in the newsroom with the outcome of that board vote. Morgan.
Regina, tonight the Spokane Public Schools Board voted unanimously to change the mascot for the North Central High School Indians and Gary Middle School Chiefs. I spoke with a mother who has been championing the fight for change for decades.
An Indigenous mother went to North Central High School as a teenager, becoming acutely aware of her school's mascot and symbol, a caricature of her.
They have no reason to hold on to an archaic, racist trope. They have every reason, including my children, that they should change it.
Kalak is her Anupach name, but friends around Spokane know her as Tara Ramos. She has been urging administration to change the mascot for 25 years. Her 3 children are now in the SBS school system.
Well, Indigenous people are still here. We're still in existence. We still have sovereignty and rights to our lands and rights to our ways of life and our rights to our own image.
For about a century, North Central's mascot has been the Indians, and there are a lot of emotions tied to the idea of changing it. Just a few weeks ago, Governor Inslee signed a measure to ban the use of Native American names, symbols, and images as school mascots, logos, and team names at most public schools. North Central was not the only change. The Gary Middle School Chiefs will soon be developing a new mascot and symbol.
It feels really disrespectful. It feels really painful. It's historically challenging and it's historically painful, and honestly, it hurts my heart. It hurts the heart of the children who are watching and seeing that disrespect, and that's not okay.
Ramos says that changing the mascots and symbols of these schools is not erasing history, but simply respecting the Indigenous community members that are still alive today.
This is just one small step in achieving what we would consider repatriation of our rights and respect for us.
Both schools must present their recommendation for new mascots no later than the board's only meeting in December of 2021.
While the new mascot ideas are due by the end of this year, a new mascot must be implemented in the schools by January of 2022. Also tonight, the board voted unanimously to rename Sheridan Elementary. The school is currently named after a general who oppressed Native American people. They will be starting the process of hearing community feedback on name recommendations. Reporting from the newsroom, Morgan Trout, KREM 2 News. Back to you on desk, Regina.
All right, Morgan, thank you. New tonight, Idaho Governor Brad Little signed a bill that will give Idaho the single largest tax cut in state history. It gives Idahoans $220 million in immediate one-time income tax rebates and $163 million in ongoing income tax relief. The tax rebates will go out to all Idahoans who filed the state income tax return in 2019. So if you are one, you will get at least $50 per person or 9% of your 2019 taxes, whichever amount is greater. Gas prices in Washington are rising, but experts say don't blame it on that pipeline problem. In Southeast United States, prices are up more than $1 from a year ago. Stay-at-home orders sent prices plummeting last March, so we're actually seeing similar prices to this time 2 years ago. Washington's primary gas supply runs through British Columbia. Turning the page now to a check on weather. It was certainly a nice day all across the inland Northwest, but definitely some wind out there and a little bit of sprinkle of sprinkles. But we did hit those 70-degree temps, so let's check in now with meteorologist Thomas Patrick. So Thomas, I understand things will get much warmer this weekend, so yay?
Very much so. Oh, give me a better yay, Regina.
Yay. I mean, you never know what to expect. I mean, you know what to expect, but I know that wind and the little bit of rain was kind of unexpected today, right?
I will be the first to admit I thought those showers were a little unexpected in terms of the forecast in Spokane. They were supposed to be nearby, but probably more so to our north. But instead, with a few sprinkles, it didn't even wet the ground, but more importantly, it was cloudy and it generated a bit of wind. So it ended up feeling a little bit cooler from this afternoon. But don't worry, it's going to get much better. More sunshine, less showers, less wind for tomorrow, and it'll be warmer temperatures as well. Still got up to 71 today in the early afternoon hours, and there was that batch of cloud cover and a few showers just drifting by the area. And again, it was just a few sprinkles, but I think Mother Nature knows when I wash my car just so it could spit out a couple raindrops just to make it look dirty all over again. But that is long gone, save for maybe just a couple light showers drifting past Bonners Ferry for tonight, but not expecting anything more for this evening. So a dry day tomorrow, partly cloudy, no mention of showers in the forecast. They'll be much farther away than what they were today. High temperatures ending up in the mid-70s, warmer yet, and then we are aiming for the 80s this upcoming weekend. Look at how high those temperatures will climb yet again, all coming up in a few minutes.
Thomas, thank you. In less than a week, we will find out if Spokane County will stay in phase 3 of the state's reopening plan or if we'll be forced to move back into phase 2. It all depends on factors like hospitalizations and the number of new COVID cases. And a lot of you have reached out to the Verify team here to ask if people from outside of the county who are brought to a Spokane hospital for treatment are counted in Spokane County's metrics. Our Mark Hanrahan took that question to the State Department of Health and the Spokane Regional Health District. Watch Mark's Verify report that's coming up tomorrow night right here on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11 o'clock. New details tonight in the ongoing controversy surrounding the firing of former Spokane Health Officer Dr. Bob Lutz. A report suggests Health District Administrator Amelia Clark might have broken state law in the process. Plus, later in the third installment of our robocall series, we are putting a face one robocaller responsible for millions of calls every day, millions of calls.